Yo guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be doing a how to get more out of your battery life with simple settings you can go in and turn off. So the first one is in mail. So if you scroll down here, and this is on iOS 13, so this may be a bit different. But if you go here, and this works pretty much if you have your if you use the basic mail application. If you have it deleted, then this won't matter. But as you guys can see here, what this will do, fetch new data, is this will always check your email accounts and say, hey, is there mail? Hey, is there mail? Hey, is there mail? Hey, is there mail? As where if you set it to my recommendation is every 15 minutes. It'll check every 15 minutes and say, hey, is there mail? Hey, is there mail? And it won't use up as much battery life in the background. And then you can turn push off into fetch. And it also will still work if you go into the actual app and look for your email, even if it's not, the 15 minutes hasn't been up yet. It'll still, you can still check your mail on any time from the app, pretty much. So let's go back. Now, some other things, too, are going to be in privacy. So as you can see, you're up here. You're going to want to scroll down into a tab right at the bottom here, right next to battery, called privacy. And then as you guys can see, we can go into location services. And just go through here and see what applications, need to use your date or your location and which ones don't. So as you guys can see, Helix Jump, I can put it on never. So just go in and say, okay, what applications actually need my location? Like for an example, Snapchat. That would need mine for geo filters and Snap Map and all that stuff. And then also while you're at here too, go into share my location and just go down to make sure that this is on, because it pretty much what it'll do is if you lose your iPhone, then you can track it right from a different Apple device. So that works out. But if you go back here, we're in privacy, go down to analytics. Make sure, and you'll come into this and you'll see it all turned on. Make sure all of this is turned off. So sure iPhone analytics is turned off. Sure iCloud analytics is turned off. Enhanced beta feedback. This is only if you're on a beta. But turn that off. It's not worth sacrificing the battery for. And then you can go further in and just see your actual data if you want to. And then advertising. That isn't a huge thing. But just go in and see that. Because what that'll do is, it'll always search for your location in the background. So, and it just isn't worth it. So next thing what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to scroll down and go down to your apps. and go in and see which ones need your notifications and which ones don't. Because what it always does is it always checks and says, hey, is this your location? Hey, is this your location? Hey, is this your... Or, no, sorry. Hey, is there a notification? 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 It always looks and it always checks. And this process can sometimes be... It can sometimes drain your battery. So just go in and turn off. Say to yourself, hey, which applications need to push out notifications, which ones don't. Like, for an example, Amazon doesn't really need notifications. Butternut doesn't. Bitmoji really shouldn't need it. Fortnite also shouldn't need it either because it's a game. Drive for sure should need it, but just go in and look and see which ones need it and which ones don't. And then the next one too will be in your screen settings. So, if you scroll down, go into display and brightness. Sometimes putting it on a dark mode helps, especially for the iPhone 8 and above because it turns off unused pixels. So my recommendation is just enable it light until sunset and then turn it on to dark, because it helps your eyes and it makes them adjust easier. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down into AutoLock and put it onto, right now I'm screen recording so I can't put it onto, but my recommendation would be at least 2 to 3 minutes because this will also help you save battery if you keep on forgetting to lock your device. It just helps with that, stuff like that, but put it on to one of those. Also helps too if someone comes up to you and tries to steal your phone, because then they can't really get into it, especially if you have a passcode. And however, though, you are going to want to put it on to never, like I said, if you're doing a screen recording or if you are uploading data or exporting a video, because those can't be running in the background. Those need to be in the application in order for it to use and not have an error. So that's the only time you should ever have it on never. So performance. This not only helps with performance, but if you go down to accessibility, go over to motion, make sure reduce motion is turned on, and what that'll do is the motion, you know how if you unlock there's an animation, when you go home there's an animation, there will no longer be an animation. But not only that, it helps you get into apps a lot faster, it helps you do a lot more things faster, especially with gameplay. So if I press, as you guys can see, there wasn't really an animation. If I go into it, there's not an animation. But this does also help with battery life too, and performance. Now, every once in a while, what you guys should be doing is to help with your battery life and to help with your performance of CPU. Make sure your applications are closed out and that you don't have everything opened. My recommendation is you keep your applications open to a minimal of 3 to 5. That usually helps. Close out ones that you don't really need to have open. Which goes into other thing too. Some applications have this, but turn background app refresh on. Because pretty much what that does is that refreshes and doesn't use up data. Also, for every once in a while too, what you guys should be doing is you guys should be turning stuff off you're not using. So if you're aware and you're not using the Wi-Fi, you should turn that off. Bluetooth, you should turn that off. And also another way too is to dim the brightness down to here. This normally helps. There's not really any more tips I have that I can think of. But, what you guys should be noticing by just going in, playing around, turning stuff off you don't use, is this should make a difference. You should notice the battery getting better and lasting you at least through a day. If you're still having problems, my recommendation is you factory reset your device and then restore it via iCloud or iTunes backup, and that should too help. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like the video.